The following featured presentation is part of the Skywalking Network.
It's a Neverland Clubhouse, yeah, yeah, yeah. Think of all that we will share. Disney updates and fandom will take you everywhere. It's Courtney and Kelly, two sisters that will be together. Oh, 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 join our Neverland Clubhouse, yeah, yeah, yeah. Two is twice as nice as one. Memories with friends and family, everybody is welcome. It's Courtney and Kelly, two sisters guiding you through Disney. Together, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our 20th episode of Neverland Clubhouse. I'm Kelly Turkel, and now please welcome my sister, Courtney. Hey, Courtney.
Hey.
Can you believe it's our 20th episode?
No, I can't. It's crazy.
And we've been podcasting for 2 years. 2
I
years.
know. I'm so happy. It's been so much fun. Such a fun 2 years. Lots of stuff to talk about and fun events we got to go to and share with everybody. It's been so much fun. Now we should welcome our co-host, Sarah Woloski from Skywalking Through Neverland. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, ladies. That is a milestone. How has it been 2 years already? I can't believe it.
I can't either. It's you know what? It honestly feels like we were meant to do it, and it's been
Yeah.
it seems like we were doing it forever.
Right?
I mean, you guys have celebrated a milestone for 100 episodes.
400. That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine 400 episodes. We've done 20.
Well, okay, this is a monthly podcast,
It is.
and Skywalking Through Neverland is a weekly, so it's a little different when you're monthly, but still monthly 20 episodes. That is 2 years. Yeah. Just missed a couple months in there, but that's fine.
Yeah. Crazy busy life.
Exactly.
Especially in the last 2 months. We're sorry, guys, for the late episode.
It's true.
We've been crazy busy, all of us.
Yes. I'm a lot to blame for that, but we're so happy that you guys are joining us. And Neverland Clubhouse is the Disney podcast where we go to different park lands to share Disney stories, news, and also what's going on with Disney Plus, because we are your tour guides through Disney fandom. And on today's episode, 2 holidays will collide because we may be close to Christmas and the holidays, but we're still not done with Halloween.
Nope, because Kelly and I went on the Disney Cruise Line, the Disney Wonder, and we went on Halloween on the high seas. And it was our very first Disney cruise, but also our first themed cruise too. And we enjoyed every minute of it, and we wanted to share it all with you. So come along with us and let's set sail on the Disney Wonder.
So you ladies spent this year on a Halloween on the High Seas cruise. And I know in 2017, Richard and I went on our very first Disney cruise doing a Halloween on the High Seas cruise. And every year Disney Cruise Line does this. They do this Halloween on the High Seas. I just love this name, right? Halloween on the High Seas.
Oh, it's perfect. I loved it.
It is so fun.
It was so fun.
Yeah. So then, yes, we want to hear about your experience, but I think we can also make this kind of a learning experience for everyone who's listening as well. So before we even get into what, the cruise was like for you, what kind of things did you learn along the way?
Yeah, so we learned that you have to pre-book stuff before you even get on the ship. You have to pre-book your adult dining because there is dining on the ship. There's buffets. There's 3 dining rooms that you rotate in, but there are special restaurants on each ship that you have to pre-book your dining experience if you want to go there, like Paolo on the Wonder, Remy, and and even Enchante on the Wish. So Remy's on the Fantasy and the Dream, and then Enchante is the new one on the Wish. So these are extras. They're not included. You have to pay for them, and so you have to do your adult dining if you want to do that. Spa treatments if you want to go to the spa. There is one thing called the Princess Gathering where they have like a 15-minute interval where you can only see the princesses if you have this pre-booked. You can't, they have certain little, like I think Rapunzel and Moana each had like a certain time that they were meeting just randomly so that anyone could get in line for them. But there was something called the Princess Gathering that you have to pre-book, and it's only in 15-minute intervals. And it happens 2 times on the ship. So, and it's best to pre-book your photo packages, and we definitely recommend photo packages. And yeah, and
so where do you book all this stuff? Do you book this stuff online?
You book it in the Disney Navigator app.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's a lot like you're planning a Walt Disney World trip where you pre-book your dining and stuff like that. You can do that all through the app, correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Correct.
And
you
even
have
if you
benchmarks where you can make reservations for dining and for excursions and for certain things, just kind of like dining and fast passes used to be for Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Now, this is different from when I sailed in 2017. So this is like, we did not have princess gatherings. I know that. And I don't think I booked any spa treatments, but we did get the Palo, like we had a brunch at one point at Palo.
Yeah.
Palo,
yeah. It's Italian. It's a Palo.
Palo. Oh, there we go.
Like Lizzie McGuire. Play Palo.
So did you find it hard to book any of these things?
It is really hard to book them. They sell out a lot, especially Palo Brunch is very popular. It's one of the first to go, as well as some of the spa treatments are the first to go. And the Princess Gathering goes right away.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's also based on your Castaway Club status. So Castaway Club is basically Disney's like loyalty rewards thing. So for the cruise line, so if you cruise once, that's your first cruise. And then in your second cruise, then you become a silver member. And then after 5 cruises, you become a gold member. And then after 10 cruises, you become a platinum member. And then after 25 cruises, you get to be a Pearl member. And they just introduced this new tier. And so each tier comes with its own booking window. So if you're brand new, you only get to book stuff 75 days out.
Okay.
You don't get, and most of the stuff is gone because platinum members, they get to, platinum and concierge gets to book 120 days out.
Wow.
So platinum members usually get everything, but I also know that they get a free Palo dinner.
Oh,
like
wow.
Palo's included in their cruise once they get up that high. Wow. At least one dinner there. But also you have to have documents. You need to look up which documents that you need for sailing. Like we needed to have our passports because we were going to Mexico.
Yeah, all of this was really made easy by the Navigator app. It kept you updated on when to do things, what to do things. It gave you a date of when you needed to have your documents in by. Because we sailed on like the very first cruise where they didn't have to COVID test us at the port, or you didn't need one prior. We had to upload our vaccination cards to a certain website, and it was a lot of pre-trip planning that we of course knew going into it there would be some of that, but not everybody knows about it. And it's always like, well, a guessing game of, well, can I book this, or can I book that, or when can I book this, or when can I book that? And it's just kind of like in your Navigator app, it'll tell you exactly the date you should be booking things.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. It makes it easy. All right. So let's see. So you're ready for Embarkation Day. Now you guys are going on, how long was this cruise?
This was a 4-night, 5-day cruise. 4 nights, 5 days.
Okay. How did you feel that was? Was that like a good length of time?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think 3 days is too short. Because there are 3-day cruises and there's 4-day cruises. That's about as small as they get, a length of time. And I think 4 days is perfect, but I know 7 days seems to be cool. You know, a lot of people like those longer cruises. Um, I would like it just so that like we could do everything and not feel like we're missing anything, just because I feel like this next cruise we have a lot going on and I feel like we're gonna miss a lot. But you know, this cruise you know, we stayed on the ship. We didn't even get off the ship. So 4 days was perfect.
I think it's kind of like based on where you go. I think for Mexico, it was 4 days was kind of perfect because not only had we done a Mexican cruise before, because not on Disney, but we'd done a Carnival cruise, but like we we didn't want to do the excursions. We didn't want to get off the ship there. So the 4 days on the boat really gave us time to get to know the ship. But in the Bahamas, we really do want to get off in Nassau and the Castaway Key and all the stuff that the Bahamas offers. So it's going to feel a little shorter because we're not going to have all that time on the boat. So I would think that maybe a longer cruise would be nice depending on where you're going and what you're doing.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So this is all like your pre-planning, but now it's the day of, you are planned out, and what happens?
Well, our Wonder cruise went out of San Diego. So we had to find a place to stay down there because we didn't want to drive. Like San Diego's a pretty long drive for us. It's about a 2.5 hour drive. So we didn't want to get up at like the crack of dawn and drive 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So we actually found a little place to stay by the airport in San Diego. It was a really nice hotel, the Town Place Suites. And we were able to pre-book parking. So the thing about San Diego is you can't book parking at the port and you cannot park at the port. So we we didn't know that going into that. Not until like maybe a month before our cruise, and Courtney started looking on the Facebook's groups because that's the thing.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
very helpful. Is if you are going on a Disney cruise, look for like search Facebook for the your cruise, like the week of like your time frame of cruise.
Oh.
There's one for everyone of them, because people will start Facebook groups and they'll invite you. Whoever's on that boat can join the group. And they will talk about parking. They will talk about doing
Booking stuff.
fish extender little gifts. And they will, plan meetups and stuff. So,
Oh, fun.
yeah, definitely. And that's how I learned. I was like, we need to like find somewhere to park. And I looked at these websites and they were saying that they were full. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, where are we supposed to park? I don't want to get down there and have nowhere to park our car for 4 days, We even
And we
considered
didn't have
taking-
anybody that could like drive us and like drop
Yeah.
us off, and the train was gonna get there too late, and
then
we
it
were
ended
looking
up
into all
like,
the options.
well, and then the train ended up like, I think a mudslide or something happened to the track and it got
Oh.
derailed. And so it's not even open. You can't even take the train down there right now. So, and to today still, I think it's not open from whatever happened. So,
Yeah.
My gosh.
So anyway, I was looking the night before we left, like literally the night before we left for parking, and somebody said this website had parking. Some were like $100 a night, and some were like $25 a night or $10 a night. And I found one for $10 a night. So we actually prepaid for our parking, and it was a good thing we did because they were turning away people without
the prepayment.
reservations for parking.
My God. All right. So this is your first cruise. And when you get on the ship, how excited were you? Like, what happens when you get on the ship? Because you board the ship into the grand like lobby area, right?
The atrium,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
And yes, they announced every single family. So we did not have them say our last names. We did just say Courtney and Kelly. And so we got announced it's Courtney and Kelly. And
That's awesome.
and when you walked into the atrium, they have a Halloween tree with all kinds of pumpkins on it. So it
Because
was very
it's
spooky. Yeah.
Aww.
And it was all decked out for Halloween.
Oh, the feeling of walking on that ship, though. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. Like the
There's nothing
atrium
like
was
it.
all decked out in pumpkins and the Halloween tree, and they were screaming and clapping your names. And there was a character I can't remember what character greeted us. I don't think
Oh,
it
Chip
was
and
it
Dale were
Mickey?
in there.
Oh,
Chip
it
and
was
Dale
Chip
were
and
there.
Dale. Oh yeah, we were like, it's Chip and Dale, because you know
Yeah.
our dog's name is Chip, and
Were they in their Halloween outfits?
No, not at this time. They were in their sailor outfits.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were
okay. Well,
welcoming.
still.
They're welcoming us aboard and all that. So, we were having so much fun, and then it was like, okay, where do we go first? And so, yeah, they tell you, okay, you have to go get the Navigator app on your phone, and they tell you how to connect to the ship's Wi-Fi, or like the ship. They tell you how to connect to the ship so that you can see your itinerary. You have to
Oh.
connect to the ship to see your itinerary. So once you get that all set up and you look at your itinerary, then we looked at our dining and to see what rotation we had. And we had seen that we were going to be going to Tiana's the first night, but we had booked Palo the first
dinner.
night. And we had seen that we were going to be at Triton's twice.
Ah.
So they were like, okay, well, if you don't like your dining, to go to one of the lounges, I think it was Tiana's lounge, there's people there to help you switch around your dining. And we were like, well, we really want to go to Tiana's place because it's going to be really good food, and we would rather not go to Triton's twice. We'd only like to go to Triton's once.
Yeah.
So we went and we just were like asking, can we switch it around? And they were like, oh yeah, sure. And it's easier to rebook your Palo. And we were like, perfect.
Awesome.
That's
except
great.
for the fact it ended up being on the night they celebrated Halloween, but it still worked out.
It worked out. So but I was glad we didn't get to change our rotation because we had one of the best tables on the cruise to eat with. And you travel with your table mates,
Okay.
and your servers to every location. So we were happy we didn't change our rotation.
That's good. And you guys did you have like a late dining seating?
Yes, we had the late
okay.
dining seating. So they sat us at 8:15, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
The thing that everybody does first off, because the rooms aren't ready yet, is they go and have the buffet lunch. So we went up to Cabanas and had the lunch. I had the chicken fingers, and I just had like a hodgepodge of everything. It was great.
That's the best thing about buffets.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So-
Cabanas had a different theme every day too. Like they had barbecue one day, they had seafood the
They had
next,
Indian food. Yeah.
they had
they had a bunch
Indian
of stuff.
food. Yeah, Cabanas was a nice
Wow.
place to eat.
That's awesome. All right. So let's each of you ladies pick one thing from that first day that you really want to talk about.
I want to talk about the Sail Away party. 'Cause
Okay.
the Sail Away party is so amazing. I think that was my favorite to do because we snuck up to like the third deck up above the little
I
stage.
think we were on deck 10. Yeah.
Yeah, and we had grabbed like a soda or something and an ice cream and walked up there because you can have ice cream all day long if you want. And we were looking over it and just seeing like everybody like dancing and so excited for the cruise, and the little Mickey hands that they used for the wave. And the cast members were so excited to get to go on their cruise, and I loved it. It was so fun.
And is this when the ship is sailing away from the port, like, or just about to?
Yeah, right before, and then at the end, it's like you're pulling away.
Oh, nice. That's so much fun.
I want to pick the something that was unexpected. They do a lighting ceremony of the Halloween tree, and they actually had a cast member come out and was kind of dressed as Ichabod Crane a little bit.
Ooh.
To my because she was it was a she, but she was older, but she did have the colonial costume on that looked like Ichabod Crane. And
Well, she was telling the story of the Sleepy Hollow, wasn't she?
I think she was telling so she was supposed to be Ichabod Crane. Yeah. So she was telling the story of Sleepy Hollow, which is like my favorite Halloween story. It always has been, the Headless Horseman. I know I'm not into like scary things, but I love the Headless Horseman. I don't know why, but and so she's telling the story like really dramatically, like reenacting it, and then the tree lights up and sings "This Is Halloween" from Nightmare Before Christmas, and then all of a sudden, like surprisingly, the Sanderson sisters, Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle come out and are doing their first meet and greet. Basically, I think they came out like 3 times in the cruise, but like this was the first time, and it wasn't on the schedule. It just said Halloween tree lighting. That was it. And so it was a surprise that the 3 of them were going to come out. So what it is it's Minnie is dressed as Winifred, Daisy is dressed as Sarah, and Clarabelle Cow is dressed as Mary. And so we were gonna just like leave and go and find something else to do, and then all of a sudden they came out, and we were like, we ran and got in line because we were like, we didn't get to see them at Oogie Boogie, like, you know, in person, and we got to see him from afar, but we didn't get to see him like take a picture with them. And so we were like, nope, this is why we came on this cruise. So the first night we got our picture with Daisy and Clarabelle Cow and Minnie.
All the Sanderson sisters. Yeah, it was so fun. It was the reason why we booked the cruise.
I was gonna say, yeah. That's amazing. And then to see them so early like that as a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, the first
we didn't
day,
think
like
they would even be there until like Halloween night, you know, like the Halloween night. So we were like, oh my gosh, they're here.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So you said that the second day, is this a sailing day or was this a port day?
No, this was a port day. This was people got off the ship and went to Catalina.
Oh, okay. Cool. So Avalon.
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay, nice.
So
all right, but you guys stayed on the ship.
Yeah. So we actually had one of the sit-down breakfasts.
Ooh.
So they always open one of the restaurants that you can go and sit down and have breakfast at. And you don't necessarily have to go and have breakfast at the buffet.
Go to the sit-down breakfast, go to Cabanas, just eat and eat and eat.
It's all included.
I think when we were cruising, we never did sit-down breakfast because buffet, you get your food right away. It's there. You're done.
Right. Yeah. And then after breakfast, we went and like, I think we
watched
and,
Hocus Pocus on the big screen.
How fun.
Yeah, and then we took magic shots, photos. We took lots of photos, and you know what? Disney Cruise Line has character meet and greets down. They do. They have the best that I've ever seen it, because you get in line, and man, that line goes so quick. Those characters, because those characters are only out for like 15 minutes at a time. So, and they will let you know, like. It will not be Donald when you get up there. It'll probably be Daisy. But you can always get back in line. But just know that like it's probably not gonna be the character that you're in line for right now.
Unless you're like the front of the line.
Exactly. And they let you know, but that line does go quick. So they get through a lot of people. And they have multiple character meet and greets throughout the day. Now it's not mostly like they don't mostly have them in the early, like they have them in the early morning, but they don't have them like 9-10 o'clock to like noon, because they expect you guys to be like out on excursions. So
makes sense.
They're not gonna, I mean, they'll have some, but they're not gonna have like the scheduled ones.
But this was Halloween night, right?
Oh,
This was Halloween night. So during the day, like around 2:30, it switched over to the characters being in their Halloween costumes.
oh, fun.
That was fun. And early in the day, we played trivia. Actually,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we won trivia the first night after
Yeah,
dinner.
the first
right?
night after dinner, we went to trivia and we won.
We
So
won.
now
We got medals.
That's amazing. Now, was the trivia, because I know we could go to different trivia and some of them were themed and some of them were not. Was this a themed one?
This was a themed one. The one that we won was Disney theme songs, and it was
Oh.
in the what they call the D Lounge, which is kind of like their family fun center. And what they did is they played the song. So then you had to name the song, you had to name what movie it was from, and then they had a trivia question that you had to answer about the movie. So they
Wow.
did give you a little bit of context clues, but some people didn't get them. But also, like, they would play the song first and then they would ask you the trivia question. So you got the context clue after you already heard the song.
So can you give it
And-
like an example if you remember?
So it was like they played You Can Fly, which is from Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
And then they would ask you, what's the dog's name?
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
dog's
what's
name
the
is
dog's
Nana.
name in the movie?
Nana, that's
Yeah,
right.
and
Yeah.
it was Nana. So you would just get like little clues like that. And actually, after talking with our travel agent, the medals that they were handing out, you get a medal for the Disney trivia, the Disney branded trivia on the cruise are new. They're brand new. And
Oh.
each ship has a different character. And we got Donald because Donald is on the back of the Wonder.
Okay.
So, and then there's at the last night there's a Mouseketeers trivia that has a Mickey medal. So, yeah, that's new to the cruise, and I didn't know that. But after talking with our travel agent Marianne, she was like, "They've never had that before. I think that's new."
Marion of what? Marion
Of
of
Small World Vacations.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we got medals and yeah, we had fun and that was the first night. But there's lots of trivia throughout the whole entire cruise, and there's adult trivia that you can go to or not Disney trivia in the adult lounges and stuff like that. So
Yeah. But the trivia we went to on the second day, it was a little bit harder.
Oh.
So, yeah.
they
So they
say
get
that it gets
progressively
harder
harder.
as the cruise goes on because people figure out all of the trivia questions.
Oh, that makes sense.
So,
Okay.
like, one of the trivia questions from this particular one, which we didn't do so good. Like, we were
I
not
mean,
in the
we
top.
did okay.
I mean, we did. We did good, but we weren't in
didn't
the
do
top.
perfectly, but we did all right.
What was one of the questions then?
So, one of the questions was, what 1865 Disney character was once on the $20 bill?
1865
Yeah.
Disney character. So I guess I'm gonna Abraham Lincoln.
Nope.
We thought that as well.
It is Pocahontas because she's not only a Disney character, she is a live living person. And apparently at one point she was on the $20 bill.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because Abraham Lincoln was, well, I guess no, he would
He's
be
the number
dead at
5.
that point.
Well, yeah,
He was
I think
assassinated
so.
before 1865.
Yeah.
1864.
Well, I mean,
I
they could
think.
have put him on a $20 bill, but he's on the 5, so
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
And a penny.
and a penny, yeah. So I mean, they got progressively harder. We had a bit of competition in the room where there was another girl in the trivia that played all the trivias that we played, and she was very good, very good.
Mm.
Got them all.
She was
right.
winning all the medals.
She was winning all the
Ah.
medals. We got 1 medal. I think she got 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
At least. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. So you guys were mentioning you ate a palo. God, I can't say that name. So palo. Did you eat for dinner?
We did. We ate for
Okay.
dinner.
So
we
now,
did not get Paula brunch because that was sold out.
okay. Because I had the brunch and that was really good. And I kind of remember it being, I don't remember how much per person more it was, but how much was it for you guys? Do you remember?
Ours was $45
Yeah.
a person.
Okay, that sounds
Yeah,
about.
so
And it was
right.
it was a
meal.
prefix meal, or you could get like other things, but the prefix menu was a pretty good deal.
So what they're doing now is like you can either get it a la carte, which you get to choose whatever on the menu, but it's per item that you pay for. So that gets
Okay.
pretty expensive.
Oh,
And
wow.
you try a lot of things. I mean, I've seen vlogs where they pay like upwards of $200 like
Wow.
for this meal because they're doing things a la carte. Or they have the prefix meal and it's $45 per person.
Okay.
And I think I did get an extra glass of wine, on top of that. But yeah, you get an appetizer, you get a main entree, and then you get a dessert.
Okay.
Yeah, and
All
then they
right.
bring you bread service.
bread service
also,
and like an amuse bouche is what they call
yeah,
it. to,
and then they
like,
gave us like a palate cleanser.
open your
kind of
palate.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So that was really good food. We like each got an appetizer. I think I got this mozzarella. It was like a caprese salad, but basically it was like little bit of lettuce and a big size mozzarella ball. Like half a mozzarella ball.
Oh
like
my-
this big chunk of cheese.
My
You know those
goodness.
buffalo mozzarella cheese balls? I think
Yeah.
they just took one, cut it in half, and put it on each person's plate.
Yeah.
How do you have room for anything else after that?
I don't even know.
My God.
Yeah, I think I had the steak. Steak was pretty much a steak.
Yeah.
But it was
Okay.
really good. It was really good steak.
Okay.
But I was also like trying to like finish up and get done because there's a Halloween show that we needed to get to on
Yeah.
deck with Minnie, Mickey, and they're all their pals.
Were the Sanderson sisters at this Halloween show?
No.
Okay.
Minnie was a witch. But
Oh,
she was
okay,
just a
yes.
standard witch.
Okay, we can't have
But-
Minnie twice. No.
No. Can't have Winnie twice. But Chip and Dale, I swear, had the cutest costumes. He was a bowl of candy, and then Dale was a poison apple, like caramel apple. He was a poison apple.
So cute.
Aww.
So cute. And then Goofy was a mummy.
Oh, I love it. And how was the show? Like, how long was the show?
It wasn't that long.
Like 20 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, pretty much like a standard like Disney park show.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For that attention span.
That and that the characters are dancing around. Yeah, they get hot.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So did it put you in the Halloween spirit though?
It did.
It
But
really,
we
really
had to
did.
dress. The reason why it was like rushing is because like we had to dress nice to go to Palo because it's adult dining and people dress up to go to Palo. So we weren't in our Halloween costumes. So, and we got done exactly as the deck show started. So I went straight to the deck show to watch. And then and Kelly went back to the room. Right.
Well, I had to go to the bathroom really bad. So I was going to miss the show anyway. So I went back to the room and I just was going to change into my Halloween outfit because before Palo, I actually had a spa treatment booked. I got a pedicure. So I was at the spa right before Palo.
Yeah, and I had to wait, and I was like,
rushing for
"You're
that, too."
late. You're late. You're running late."
They took their time at the spa, let me tell you.
Got it. That's
Yeah.
funny.
And while she was at the spa, I was meeting a bunch of like characters in their Halloween costumes.
Aww. That's so cute.
And yeah. And so after that, then I went back to the room and we changed and what were we for Halloween?
And we were Mal and Evie from the Descendants.
Yeah. So then we
Yay.
went down and we took lots of pictures as Mal and Evie.
Yeah. And then we went to Halloween isn't only for kids, or Halloween is for adults too, or something like that. It was called that.
Isn't just
So
for
it was like
kids.
it was the Halloween party, and it was really fun.
Nice.
kind of like a costume contest with like a game show vibe.
Okay.
It was
Did you have
very
to like
fun.
walk a little runway?
Well, no, it was like the cast members would get asked a question. It was like a trivia question, and then they got like a side of the room that was their side. So they had to run to their side of the room and get the answer from somebody on their side, and then run back and tell like the game master
Oh.
the answer. And then the game master would be like, okay, find me somebody that has the cutest costume. And they'd have to run over to their side and they'd be like, okay, I think you, Tinkerbell, is the cutest costume in this area. And then pull them up on stage. And each cast member would do that for the area they were in. And then they would pull up the ones that won that they picked. And then the game master would be like, okay, do we think this one's the cutest? Who won? Which cast member got it right? Type of thing. It was actually kind of really fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
whoever got like won, like the general audience, like yay audience, you know how they gave you
The
clapped and
applause
they
meter.
gave- yeah,
Yeah, the applause.
they
meter,
got a prize.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Very
Like,
nice.
I think one of them got like a bottle of prosecco or something like that. Like big
Oh.
prosecco.
Yeah, they were
wine.
nice prizes. And one in our group was like a Jack Sparrow, like
Dead ringer.
dead ringer. Yeah, like
Wow.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talk
that's
to
awesome.
it, like talk like him, walk like him, had the mannerisms down. Like
He was
could have been
walking
stunt
around the
double.
ship, and people thought he was actually the character Jack Sparrow on the ship.
Wow.
And I don't think he was. Like, you could see cast members kind of like, what do we do?
Yeah. Right.
Because at regular theme parks, you can't do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I've done that before where I dressed as like Mary Poppins in her red and white outfit for the Halloween party. I walked in and a little girl wanted a picture with me. We took it and all of a sudden we looked up and there was like a line of kids because they thought I was like the mayor, and we were like, oh, we can't take, we can't have a line form, right?
Right.
Because like Disney, that's a no-no.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
Not if
Yeah,
you're not the
that's
real
funny.
Mary Poppins. Nope.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
The real Mary Poppins.
But
Yes.
that was really fun, and that was
Yeah, so that was our Halloween night basically. Just and
That's
I think
cool.
at the end of that we had like a little dance party and then it was time to go to sleep.
Go to
It
sleep
was
and get
midnight.
ready. Get ready for the
Yes.
next day, which
Yeah,
I
'cause it
see
was
is
midnight.
Pirate Day.
Yeah.
So
It
yeah,
was also Ensenada Day. So
Ah.
it was also another excursion day for a lot of people. So
okay.
but we did not get off the boat. And we went to the Princess Gathering though. We got reservations for the Princess Gathering, which just means you line up and you get to meet 3 princesses at once.
Which princesses?
Tiana. We got to meet
Tiana.
Tiana, and then we moved on to Ariel, and then Cinderella. They were in their beautiful ball gowns and everything.
That's exciting. Was Rapunzel on the ship?
Yes, Rapunzel was on the ship, but she wasn't a part of the Princess Gathering. Apparently, on the Wish, there's a lot more princesses a part of the gathering. I've seen Cinderella, I've seen Moana, I've seen Rapunzel, I've seen Tiana. Like they have like at least 5 on the Wish, but on the Wonder, it's just 3.
But Rapunzel did have her own meet and greets during the day. I think during that day.
Yeah,
She had
Oh,
her
Moana
nice.
and Rapunzel both got like individual meet greets that were up on different decks. But
Okay.
it was like that little like 15 minutes and then like they only met twice. Like they didn't come back out.
My goodness. Wow.
Like they were once a day and 2 times.
So how is this day themed for pirates? Like was it mostly
the
evening?
morning of is like the same because like I said, they're expecting people to be out on excursions. So nobody really gets back until like about 2:30. And then
But there's still a lot going on. There's trivia everywhere. I think we did another music trivia in Tiana's little lounge.
Yeah, I think so.
There's still lots to do on the ship, even if you are doing an excursion or not. But Pirate Night really starts when like the sun goes down.
I mean, the characters dress up before dinner, but yeah.
I mean, yeah,
dinner's
around
really
3
the
o'clock,
start of it.
the characters start showing up in their pirate outfits. and their meet and greets and stuff like that. And then really at dinner they like theme it up. Like all the restaurants are serving the same meal, and like your dinners are themed. Pirates, and the Caribbean food. Like they would serve jerk chicken.
I see.
I had shrimp. It was called the Treasure of the Seas, and it was shrimp and scallops and stuff like that. When
Ooh.
but they
had,
really
like,
wanted
Jack-
us to try the ossobuco.
Ossobuco, yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like a Swiss steak almost, like a
Oh.
Yeah, but I think it's veal.
Yeah.
I think it's no, not veal, venison.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I
Okay.
think
That's
so.
what it is. I think it's
Um,
venison, but it did look
It's
and
just
taste
very
like Swiss
tender
steak.
meat. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very tender steak.
Hmm.
But because we had dinner on the second serving, before our dinner, it was Pirates in the Caribbean stage show. Yeah.
Oh.
And let me tell you, this is the stage show that you want to watch.
What
All the characters
happens?
come out in their pirate outfits. The cast members are singing pirate songs. They have so much going on, and Mickey like zip lines across the ship and saves the day, and
And then there's fireworks at sea.
So is this your favorite show?
Yes, I think so.
it was my favorite deck show. I'm not sure if it was my favorite like theater show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the deck shows are different from the theater shows.
right. Okay.
Which we haven't.
Well, what's your favorite theater show?
The Golden Mickeys.
Oh. Okay, so tell
Golden-
me about this, because I was talking to I listened to the Disney Holics, and Mike he didn't like it at first.
Oh,
Okay,
he
so
didn't like it at first.
describe the Golden Mickey's show.
So the Golden Mickeys they are ramping up to have like an award show. And so there's this lady outside that is actually outside the theater. We got there early, so we didn't see this part. Like it was videoed into the theater, but she's standing outside of the theater. And it's like she's a press person on the red carpet.
Ah.
And she's stopping families in the way in saying, like, are you excited about tonight? Like, what's your favorite movie? And all this stuff. And then so she's part of the show, right? And so then you go in and you're sitting there, and then it starts, and they're supposed to have, who were they supposed to have host it? It was supposed to be like a big name hosting the show. Oh, the captain. The captain was supposed to host it, but the captain got delayed, and he was still driving the boat, steering the cruise ship. So he couldn't make it to the show, so he couldn't do it. So the stage manager steps in to run the show, and she doesn't have the confidence to to actually host the show. So
She doesn't think she does.
yeah. So it's kind of a little bit corny.
It's like a story arc for her.
Exactly. She does go on a journey. And
And she keeps this journey on the whole entire time. Like she'll keep coming on saying, "It's still me. Like I haven't found anybody to like cover for
take
me
over.
yet."
And yes, at the time it seemed a little bit outdated because they had this whole scene where Bob Iger gives her a pep talk. And at
He
the
looked
time,
very young.
it was a very young Bob Iger, and at the time, Chapek was still in charge, and so it felt kind of like dated a little bit. But now it's fine again because Iger's back in charge.
I was like, I said, oh, they're gonna have to update that. No, they don't. They don't have to update
no,
it
they don't.
anymore.
They don't need it.
They waited
Never
too
mind.
long.
They
That's
waited too long.
hilarious.
I'm glad they didn't update it.
Yeah.
But they do go through certain songs from each movie, and it's like they're
Aw.
presenting them with an award. At the end of it, like they sing, I think they sang A Whole New World.
So are they presenting who with the awards? Characters or?
Yeah, the characters.
Okay,
basically.
okay.
The characters, yeah. Then they did a whole under the sea bit. They had best villain, which Cruella won. So Cruella DeVille came out and sang.
Good.
She was so good. And
good.
Tarzan came, and Tarzan got like best hero, and so he did a whole thing. And like I told you, man, this cruise ship really likes Tarzan. Every trivia questions had something about Tarzan in it. They made sure to get those songs in there.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so it was kind of like they got an award, and through it all, the stage manager gets the confidence that she needs to, she's enough and she can host the show and she's fine. Yeah.
Well, and she also gets a huge number at the end. And
Yeah,
of course
she
she can
sings.
sing her butt off.
Yeah.
And it's a cute little show, and I thought it was one of the better ones out of the 3 shows that we were supposed to see. We didn't see Frozen because it was the same night as Halloween, and we really wanted to do the Halloween stuff because that's why we were going. We were going for the Halloween on the High Seas.
Right.
So we didn't watch Frozen, but we've seen Frozen at the Hyperion. We've seen Frozen on at the Pantages here in LA. So we weren't sad about it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's maybe bring up one more exciting thing that happened on the Wonder.
We did a lot of trivia because our table mates was kind of going around with us because they were determined to get one of those medals. And we tried to help them so much. But in the end, our rival helped them get the medal.
Oh,
no, just kidding. But we were very surprised with ourselves. We did very well on Marvel trivia. We did another hard one was villain quote trivia, which there's only so many villains, but there's lots of quotes. So that was hard. You had to like take the quote and figure out who said it, and it wasn't like their main quote like that, like everybody would
It wasn't
know.
like their
it was
catchphraise that they say all the time or whatever. It was
yeah,
like
it could have been some random
quote.
line they said at some time, and we're like,
my goodness.
But then we did do another song trivia with this time with a live piano.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah, because you had to like really listen, and there was no words, so you had to listen to the melodies that are playing, and some of them were tough. They did a lot of obscure films, like they did Someone's Waiting for You from the Rescuers.
Wow.
Love Is a Song from Bambi, which not a whole lot of people know about. And so that one was really fun.
Yeah, I think my favorite part, and I recommend highly that you go to this, is the Till We Meet Again party, which is the last party at on the last night before you get off the ship. And all of the cast members that have been helping you throughout the cruise, your your activity cast members, your theater cast members, all the people that are around the cruise, they come out and they like almost take a bow almost because they've been entertaining you for 4 days. And they bring out the characters one last time. If you didn't get that picture with Daisy, or you didn't get that picture with Minnie or Stitch. I got a picture with Stitch. At that time, you could get a picture with them. But the coolest thing was that we were just talking about the Golden Mickeys, right? Well, we loved the Golden Mickey so much, and we loved the cast member that played the stage manager. She really did a wonderful job. We actually got to meet her, and we got to tell her how much we enjoyed the show, and we got to take a picture with her. And as a performer and a dancer ourselves, we know how much it means to us when people come up and say how much something affected them, or how much they like something or love something, or maybe it affected them some way. So I really liked the fact that we got to do that, because she was the character attendant for Stitch. And when I got a picture with Stitch, I was like, oh, I'm so excited to get a picture with Stitch because I love Stitch. And then I turned around and I was like, can I have a picture with you? Because I really loved you in Golden Mickey's. And she was like, oh, yeah, sure. She was like, oh my gosh, you recognize me. So she didn't like, nobody was like in line for her because she was a character attendant. So I was just like really excited to tell her that she did really well and was really good. And I enjoyed the show.
Aww.
Yeah, and then it's a nice time to like mingle with the cruise directors and the people who have been entertaining you all throughout the trivia questions and the entertainment crew, basically.
Yeah,
we had met a couple of cast members, Molly and Krista. Like at the beginning of the cruise, they took us on like a tour of the ship to like get our bearings and everything. And then they were there at every trivia, at every um
Game
game
show.
Oh,
and
wow.
everything. Yeah, it was really, really fun. And they get to know you and they say hi to you, and they really, really make your experience amazing. And like when they say like service level is high on Disney cruises, they really mean it. Like they truly mean that these cast members are there just to make sure you have fun, just to make sure that you have no issues, no problems. Like I've seen people go above and beyond, and it's crazy. Yeah.
That's awesome. Was there anything, one last question, was there anything that surprised you about this cruise? Because this is your first Disney cruise.
Hmm.
How it was cold. It was cold. The day
Well, that
that we
only shocked
left.
us because like it had been 100 degrees in LA for like 3 months, and then
Yeah.
we go on a cruise and it's like 60.
It's raining the day we go down there. It's raining when we go down there to San Diego, pouring down rain all the way down there, and then the sun never comes out.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that we never once got in the pool. We never felt the need to get in the pool. We didn't even
Yeah.
want to go down a water slide. Like it was so cold.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Like the weather
It was
turned for your
like
cruise.
yeah, I was like, I'm gonna wear all these dresses, and I'm like, nope, I'm in my Spirit jersey and pants.
I was like, I'm gonna change into my dress. Like I'm gonna change for dinner, and I was like, no, now I'm gonna wear my Spirit jersey to dinner. It's like it's cold.
I think
But
that
that only shocked us because
yeah, just because it's LA.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing that shocked me is that the character lines, like they go super fast, and you can definitely get to everybody you wanted to meet, even if it's a full ship.
That's
That
good.
definitely was.
Even without like using your app to
Yeah,
schedule.
exactly, because you could only schedule the one meeting with the
Okay.
princesses. That's the only thing you could schedule ahead of time. And at the parks, those lines get so crazy. And then also we've experienced when like people don't want to see a certain character. They just sit their butts down and don't move. Because that's happened. And nobody was like that. It wasn't like, nope, I don't want to see Donald. I'm in line to see Daisy. Like nobody was like that. So, and everybody was very welcoming, and you just could talk to strangers. And because you're on a ship for 4 days, so you ain't gonna go anywhere.
I think something that surprised me, and I don't think it should surprise me. I mean, we're Disney adults, if you want to classify us as that. But like how much there is to do for adults. Because a lot of people are like, why do you want to go on a Disney cruise? It's for kids. It's only for kids. You're not taking kids. Why would you want to go if you didn't have kids? And like people were asking us like, are you guys alone? Like, do you have like kids or anybody here? And we were like, no, it's just us. We wanted to come. And there's so much for adults to do in adult only zones. And for a ship that has a lot of kids on it, I like there wasn't a lot of times we ran into the kids because either we were in the adult zone or the kids were down in the kids zone, or like I think that people will find that there's a lot to do for adults, and they make it fun for adults, for kids. I mean, they don't shy away from making a dirty joke in the adult lounge. So, it's just because it's Disney doesn't mean it's like squeaky, squeaky, squeaky clean.
Right.
Not that it has to be, but like I think people forget that Disney is for everyone, and
Right.
like there's so much to do. There's wine tastings that we didn't even get um a chance to do. There was
think like mixology classes, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
mixology classes. Um there was adults only trivia, there was music trivia, there was movie trivia. that you could go to. There were just so many things. You could drawing classes, and you could learn how to make towel animals, and just all kinds of things to do on the ship. So, I mean, if you are totally adverse to Disney, I would not suggest a Disney cruise, but you're gonna have fun.
But there are areas on
Yeah.
the ship that don't scream Disney. Like
Yeah.
for a ship that's completely Disney, there are areas that don't really have much Disney in them. Like Crown and Finn, the Crown and
The
Finn.
crown, the Finnick, yeah, the crown.
Yeah, Crown and Finn pub. Like that was just
Ah.
like an English pub, and that's
Yeah.
where they had like the generic trivia that was just like movie trivia, 80s trivia. Like that's where like you, if you didn't want to answer anything about Disney, like then you didn't have to, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
We ended the night, the last night that we were there, we ended it at a silent disco, which is everybody's at like Azure, which is one of the adult only clubs, lounges at night. And we were like, it was 11:30 at night. We all got our own headphones and we're just dancing to all of this, dancing together. It's like a silent disco that they call it, and it's just adults drinking and listening to music and dancing.
Yeah.
How
And no,
funny.
it wasn't Disney music. It was regular.
No, I
like,
mean, no, it
music.
wasn't Disney music. There was the Spanish channel, the pop channel, the rock channel, the 80s channel.
Yeah.
How
And
funny.
like you could see what people were listening to based on the color their headphones
Oh
were.
wow.
So like if they were listening to the 80s channel, it'd be green, and if you wanted to listen to the same one, you'd turn your headphones to like the green channel, and then you'd all listen to the same music, or you could listen to different music. It was so fun. Like we just had a lot of fun, and like we met a lot of people, we talked to a lot of people. That I mean, it's just kind of like those D23 events and those Disney events or Disneyland, where you just kind of gravitate towards people that are like-minded to you. So yeah, I think people would find that there's a lot of things for adults to do on a Disney cruise.
Awesome. Well, are you guys, since you've been on one cruise, are you now looking forward to your next cruise?
Yes.
We are.
It's a silly question, I know.
It is a silly question because it is the wish, the one we've been talking about nonstop. But
It's the one
also-
we pushed back, and the one that we're going on concierge for.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
going to be a whole different experience, let
Different
me tell you that.
but it does leave me to worry because like I had such fun, just hanging out on the ship and doing like trivia and stuff. Like I want to still find time for that as well, but like we also booked a dolphin excursion on Nassau, and we booked a cabana on Castaway Key, so we actually have to like get off the ship too, which is fine because I want to explore it. Like I've never been to the Bahamas, but I want to play trivia. Okay.
That's so funny.
We want another medal. We want another medal.
You got to get another medal. Awesome.
A cool tip that we found out is if you like put a deposit down on like when you're on the ship, they give you like a discount on your next cruise. So we have a third cruise book
Coming.
as well, but it's like you can use it like in the next like 2 years.
2 years.
So
Yeah.
Oh,
we don't
okay.
have to we don't have to use it now. And we don't have
Okay.
it like booked, but it's like a placeholder.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
Because now we're hooked.
Yeah.
You're
Now I
hooked.
need to go on all of the ships.
I know, right? Ugh. Oh my gosh. Okay. And the Star Cruiser, right?
That's right.
That's on our list as well. Don't think it's not.
It's like a cruise ship. Wow. It was so fun hearing about the Halloween on the High Seas cruise, but this is the episode where we promised that the seasons collide, right?
Right.
So we have to mix some Christmas with our Halloween here. So I have a question for all of us. What is your favorite thing to do during the holidays that is Disney related? So this could be like a movie you watch, a favorite thing to do in the parks, or maybe a favorite Disney decoration, but you have to pick one. So what is it? What comes
But
to
I
mind?
can't just pick one because a lot of our Christmas traditions revolve around Disney. In the parks, I have to watch the Christmas Fantasy Parade. I love that. but also I have ornaments. No. But I have ornaments on our
I didn't
Christmas
say
tree.
no. You can't.
Yes, my shoe ornaments of all the different princesses.
Oh, okay. Yes. That was fun when they came out with those shoe
Yes.
ornaments. Okay. But
She
okay,
has them
so
all.
the Christmas Fantasy Parade, just so expand on that. What is your favorite like thing in the parade?
Ooh, I like it all.
Because I like the reindeer. I think the reindeer are the
Mm,
cutest.
I
Reindeer
do
cute,
love the
yeah.
reindeer. But I like when Goofy's sitting on top of the gingerbread house. He's so funny. I mean, Goofy is my favorite. I love Goofy.
Oh.
I love Max. Like, I mean, I think in the recent years, Goofy. I mean, I guess Goofy has always been my favorite since a Goofy
A
movie.
Goofy movie,
but-
yeah.
Just in the most like recent years, like meeting him in the parks is like my favorite thing. I love to meet Goofy in the parks, especially at Walt Disney World. Oh my gosh, it's just like the best interaction ever. I love Goofy.
She'll get him
Aw.
to do the power line dance.
Yes, and he was on the ship, and they did play Powerline on the ship. They played Eye to Eye, and he did do the dance.
I need to watch this movie.
Yes, we need to have a watch party and talk. We need to do a whole episode on a Goofy movie.
We're gonna
That's
do
what we
it.
need to do.
Sarah watches a Goofy movie and we'll chat about it.
Yes,
Yeah,
you watch it
that's
for the first time.
yes, yeah.
I love that. You know what? Since podcasting for 9 years, if I can't like have a reason to watch something and talk about it, like it's not worth watching.
Right. Exactly.
So that's gonna be one of our episodes. Sarah watches
Okay.
Goofy movie for the first time. Tells us what she
Okay.
thinks.
Let's do it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Kelly.
Well, I have a favorite part about Christmas Fantasy Parade, but that's not my answer. My favorite part about the Christmas Fantasy Parade is Clarabelle Cow.
Yeah, yes.
Oh. Okay, she's baking, right?
Yeah.
She is, but she's sassy with that like little like
Ladle?
stir wooden spoon thing.
Oh,
I love
yes.
it.
All right, but that's not your answer. So
No, that's
what
not my
is what is your favorite holiday Disney thing?
So, like, I thought Courtney was going to say this, but like, because she said it just like another day ago. But I do
Oh, yeah.
love Christmas Day. We sit down as a family after breakfast and we watch the Christmas
Disney
Day
parks.
magical parade from Walt Disney World.
Yeah, it's the Disney Parks Christmas Day Parade is what it's
Yes.
called. And it's the thing that they film in the parks and they mash up Walt Disney World and Disneyland together and they make a whole show out of it.
This year, who's hosting?
Derek Huff and Julianne Huff,
Aw.
they host it now. They've been hosting
Okay.
it for a few years. Yeah, but that's my favorite because it's like we've done with the presents. We've finished breakfast. Maybe mom's cooking breakfast. But if everything goes long, we even have recorded it in these past years that we have like TiVo and like DVR and stuff and watched it
Yes.
afterwards. So we make a point to watch it. So that's one of my favorite Disney related things. But our house is fully decked out in Disney Christmas. Yeah, we have Disney stockings. Mine is Tinkerbell. Courtney's has the princesses on it. My mom has
Woody and
Toy
Buzz.
Story, Woody and Buzz, and my dad has Mickey. And there's
Aw.
abundance of Christmas Disney in our house. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
I think for me, it would have to be like what signals the beginning of the Christmas season because the Disney parks always start it so early. That's kind of the first Christmas that I experience. And when we ride It's a Small World Holiday, all of a sudden that like signal that like rings in the season for me.
Yeah.
I do
I
I do
agree.
say that like Christmas at a theme park, it does like I worked retail for so long that Christmas happens at like the day after Halloween. And
Yes.
or like even before that they'll start putting out the lights and stuff like that. And I won't feel like the Christmas spirit until I go to like a theme park and experience Christmas. And usually it happens around like Courtney's birthday because they turn
Yeah.
park into Christmas in November. But I really start to feel it when we go to Grinchmas.
Ah.
At Universal. Yeah.
At Universal. And I was so sad because a couple of years ago they were starting to take it away. And I don't
Oh.
want them to take Grinchmas away. I need to go meet the Grinch.
Yeah, you guys have the cutest interaction with him. I
Yeah.
love that. You have to go check it out on your Instagram.
Yeah,
Yes.
because that reel's already over 2,000 views, and I was like, "Oh, this is starting to be like the Hulk. It keeps blowing up." I'm like, "Yay!"
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
like
awesome.
the Grinch movie with Jim Carrey is like one of my favorites. That one and Christmas Vacation is a must. We have to watch it.
Yeah.
It's because my dad doesn't feel like Christmas until we watch Christmas Vacation, and it doesn't feel like Christmas until I've watched The Grinch. So I know it's not Disney related, but that's Christmas to me.
And
Aw.
also a Muppet Christmas Carol. Love that.
Oh.
Yeah, that one too.
Yeah. And for me, it's Love Actually. So
Ah.
I've
that's
never
funny.
actually seen that.
Oh my
Right.
gosh. Okay, well, that's a
We'll have
movie
to
to
have a
watch
movie
and talk
night.
about. Yeah. Love Actually. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so great. All right, ladies. Well, now I feel like Christmas time again. I'm glad we ended with our Christmas discussion.
Yeah.
Yay. Before we end our episode, we want to hear from all of our listeners. We want to know, have you gone on a Disney cruise? Do you plan on going on one? Let us know at Neverland Clubhouse Pod on Instagram. And yes, right now you can find a bunch of reels from Grinchmas, from other things from the Disney parks, and you can check at Neverland Clubhouse Pod for those, and also at Skywalking Pod as well. We recently went on a Walt Disney World trip and and we like checked out Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and posted a bunch of reels from that and some from the Disney hotels, like the gingerbread houses and stuff. So that's fun to check out too at Skywalking Pod.
And we want to give a big shout out and thank you to Rob Dellinger for composing our theme song. And to hear more of Rob's work and to see where he'll be playing next, please go to his website, alpharhythmkings.com.
And we are part of the Skywalking Network, Skynet, where you can also find other great shows like Skywalking Through Neverland,
Talking Apes,
the Max Effects Podcast,
Totally Tell Me Everything,
Star Warsologies,
and the YouTube shows Today in Star Wars History and Collectopolis.
You can check out all of the Skywalking Network podcasts and articles at skywalkingthroughneverland.com.
And you can find us on social media on our Instagram at Neverland Clubhouse Pod, at CLT8635, at Kelly Turkel, and at Jedi Team. And find us in the Facebook on Kelly Turkel and Courtney Turkel.
and also on Hive.
I didn't know we had a Hive.
We are at Neverland CLB Pod. You can also find us in the Skywalking Through Neverland Facebook group. Just search Facebook for Skywalking Through Neverland group, request to join, and then answer the questions that pop up. Do it, or we can't let you in. All right, then. Second star to the right and straight on till morning. Join us for our next adventure from the Neverland Clubhouse.